everyone, I'm Ria Mittal, and welcome to Seller App Live, where we learn something new about Amazon every day. Our Amazon journey begins with finding a perfect product to sell. And to sell that product, we need to do product research and find how you can actually source that product as well. So, first, we're going to talk about how we can find the product, and we have Anna Davidson here who's going to help us understand 7 ways in which you can find your perfect, ideal Amazon product to sell. With Q4 coming in very quickly, I think now is the perfect time for you to, if you haven't already found a product to sell, now is the perfect time for you to find a product and start sourcing it soon because Q4 is the biggest selling season. And we have something very special for you coming up for Q4, so keep an eye out for that. So without further ado, let me invite Anna up on screen. She is my favorite person when it comes to talking about all things Amazon. Hi, Anna. How are you doing?
Hi, great to be here. And I was thinking
Lovely.
just before we went live, I was thinking this is such perfect timing with Q4 fast approaching because I'm busy right now looking for products that I'm going to be selling for Black Friday and Christmas because we all know that is the exciting time in this business. So perfect time to do this topic, I think.
Yes, and that's why I literally was like, Anna is gonna help me find a perfect product today, and it's gonna help you find your like perfect product for all of you who are watching right now. So, to begin with, let me tell you how the structure of this webinar is going to be. So, first, Anna has a presentation prepared for us. It's filled with a lot of inciting info. So, make sure that if you want to retain all this information, feel free to click a screenshot of the screen. And then we are going to be taking up questions towards the end of the session. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below or in the comment box, and we will be bringing that up towards the end of the session. So yes, Anna, before we begin, I just want to understand how is it looking for new sellers out there in terms of competition on Amazon?
So I think over this last 18 months during the pandemic, we know that e-commerce as a whole, not just Amazon, but e-commerce, we've grown by 10 years so quickly, and of course, Amazon being the biggest marketplace has grown by over 50%, depending on which geography you're in. So there's a huge opportunity. There is more competition out there. So we do have to be a little bit more dynamic. So yeah, I think that even though it is more competitive, there are more online shoppers. So it's kind of, weighing up the two is still such a huge opportunity within Amazon. So and Amazon's expanding all the time. It's great.
Yeah, and I think in addition to that, finding a perfect niche is very important when there's so much competition and there's like so much saturation in the market already. So yeah, I'm sure that your presentation covers all of it. I have some points here ready with me as well. So let's go through with your presentation. And if I have any points in the middle, I'll just insert my notes in the middle, like, hey, this also. So
Yeah,
yeah.
no problem. Just feel free to interrupt me if you want to if you find a discussion point as we go through. I do have quite a relaxed style, and anybody that has got any questions, like Ria said, just reach out towards the end. So I'll share my screen now.
Definitely. Products, which products to sell? This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. So can you see my screen okay?
Yep, we're ready to go.
Brilliant. Okay, so we're talking about the 7 ways to find products to sell online in 2021. And actually, when I was putting this together, there's probably more than 7 ways, but I've picked out the sort of 7 things I think are really top priority. So I'm Anna. I'm a digital entrepreneur and e-commerce expert. I'm also an author and speaker, and I'm an author of a book called She Made It Happen. I'm a single parent with 2 small boys, and I'm also the founder of the Amazon 101 Academy. I'm a full-time mum, as I said. I had a corporate background, really just wanted to kind of, create a freedom lifestyle, flexibility, as I say, having that balance between being a mum, but also being really ambitious and wanting, a really good income. So here's some of the kind of accolades or third-party endorsements I've had along the way. I've got to say, my proudest moment was being featured in Forbes last year during the pandemic. There was an article around how to sell online right now. So being in Forbes was, I'm going to say, a bit of a proud moment for me. So I've been an Amazon business owner since 2012. I've sold across the US, UK and Europe, Australia, more recently Singapore. So 8 years now, or coming up to 9 years as a digital entrepreneur. And as I say, I'm an author and speaker, and I'm currently putting together a book called Amazon Secrets, so watch this space. So finding niche products then, we said at the beginning, me and Ria, about how it has got a little bit more competitive. And, you know, online business competition is fiercer than ever. And I do find that working with a lot of students, especially many beginners, they focus a lot around making their brand look good, you know, maybe creating an offline Amazon store, focusing on a catchy name before they actually really research product opportunities. But I feel that the most important thing to get right from the outset is exactly what you sell and how you price those products and who you're actually targeting as well. So there's commodity products and niche products, and this is all part of our research. So just to be clear, commoditized products are those products that are really, really high in demand and high in competition. An example of that would be something like a yoga mat. A niche product serves a very specific targeted customer base and a specific product category. And an example of that is a product I researched a couple of years ago, which was a spider catcher, you know, because it's very, very niche specific. So I just wanted to be clear on that, because we can actually research either of these products, but we just need to be aware of that market base. Because obviously, if you're going for something that is a commoditized product with really, really high demand and high competition, then you've really got to make sure that you're going to stand out within that competition. When I started in Amazon, selling on Amazon back in 2012, most people sold commoditized products because they were high in demand and there wasn't as much competition, whereas now it's got a lot more competitive. So we really, really need to work on how we're going to stand out and who we're actually targeting. Whereas a niche product may have less demand but far less competition. So you probably need more multiple products of those types of products, you know. So there's no kind of, you must go for this type of product or this type of product. You just need to understand the difference and decide which ones you want to go for. And there's also two parts to my researching products. There's the product selection, which I kind of see as kind of brainstorming lots of different ideas and maybe looking for products through a certain criteria. And then there's the validation, where we're really looking at the competition, seeing what the volume of sales is, and deciding what is going to be our USP and how we can stand out, and looking at prices. So I'm going to cover all of this within my 7 ways, but I just wanted to be clear on those 2 steps of, you know, product research, product selection, and then product validation. So then, keyword research. You want to obviously get a tool. Seller App, of course, has a fantastic tool where you get customized results. You can validate product demand. So going back to the commoditized products versus niche products, you'll be able to find and validate those product demands and look at the competition. And you can also find high volume search terms, because keywords are so important. And also you've got 14 geo, that's multi-geo tags. So really, really good keyword research tool, but you must get one of these tools because, you know, sometimes we can use I use these tools in several different ways. I may look at how to search for products, but I'm always using them to validate. So it's important to get one of these tools either way. So that's number 1 way. Second way is trending products. I often look at Google Trends. It's a free tool. You can actually look by geography as well. And obviously with Google, it's not specifically looking at products as such, but you can actually put in kind of niche and categories, and just see if there's a trend that people are searching within certain periods for seasonal products, or like we're planning now for Christmas time, we can have a look at what happened in 2020. And okay, 2020 was a little bit of an unusual year. Maybe look back into 2019 and just see if that product is going to be up and coming for Q4. And also, recently, you may have seen in the US market, and I'm now some of the other places, there's Amazon Live with the influencers. And the influencers tend to use these, demonstrate a lot of these trending products too. It's a little bit like QVC if you've not come across it. So I also use QVC and Amazon Live and have a look out what are these influencers talking about, because you can kind of spot opportunities. This is probably the number one question that I get asked. Like, how do you spot trends or spot opportunities? And it's actually just really, really researching on all of these different places that I'm sharing here. And you get better at it as you have more experience with product research. So look out for the new toy that's going to come out for Christmas, or the new Christmas decoration theme that's going to come out for Christmas, and just be trying to spot these trends. So number 3 then is bestsellers. What's great about Amazon is they share all of their bestsellers, and you can actually dig a little bit deeper on here and not only look at bestsellers, you can also look at most reviewed items, because this is what's great about Amazon. They share all of this data. So for me here based in the UK, I often look at products that are being sold that are bestsellers in the US, and see if they're not sold here in the UK. But it's a great way to find sort of unique and eye-catching products, and also maybe products that are difficult to find online. So you may also spot something on another place and then just kind of verify it by having a look at the bestsellers. So it's great, I think, that Amazon share this data, but also look a little bit deeper, because they're doing all sorts now where, as I say, they're sharing about most reviewed items and things like that.
Yep.
So
And if you notice a new change by Amazon, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, that you can see recent searches or suggested searches in Amazon's page now. So if you look for a product and if you scroll all the way down to a listing or to your search page, you will be able to see recommended products as well. So do not forget to check that out. It's a great update by Amazon.
There's loads. It keeps coming up lots of different searches like that. And I think it's just great that you can, and also search by category. Because if you're at the beginning of this journey and you're deciding on a particular category or interest, you can just funnel down and look at all of these different searches that Amazon is just giving us that data. And I think it's great to compare different geographies. So what may be a bestseller in Australia might not be the same in the US or the UK and Europe. So you may just spot something you think, actually, I'll do a bit more research and this could be a really good product to sell in this geography, because there's an opportunity, it's not being sold here right now, you know. So yeah.
Definitely.
So social media is another one. I think Pinterest is becoming massive for physical products as a whole, you know, across e-commerce, because I also sell my products on other marketplaces, mainly Amazon, and also but my own websites as well. So Pinterest is great for driving traffic, but with Pinterest, I just see it as like a traditional notice board where people are pinning all these items, and a lot of users pin those products that they're trying to find or wish list, you know. So you can kind of spot interests or kind of products that might not be sold on Amazon, and then it just starts that start of the journey for the research, and then you can get Seller App to have a look at the validation of that process. Also, say you were looking at sports and fitness. Say you decided sports and fitness was your niche. You could search on Pinterest, see if there's any ideas. I'd also go on Instagram. I've actually got a separate Instagram account just purely for product research. And so all the categories that I sell in, I follow all of those different brands that I can find. Because of course, through hashtags, you can search lots of different brands, and now with Instagram having shops as well. And what's great is that I do this as well on Facebook, but Instagram's really good, and TikTok actually. I haven't got that on here. But what will happen is that brands out there will start targeting you with paid advertising. So you get to see their up and coming products and new products. And it just fuels those ideas, that products that you may not have come across as yet. So it's great for once you've started in a particular product niche and you're selling a few, say, beauty products, and you think you're looking for like a new product, and then you can just add another product into that, kind of brand and category. So a great way to do product research is social media. It's becoming huge, isn't it, with the influencers out there as well. And everywhere seems to be having reels and shops and stuff. So
yeah, and I think another unexplored area is YouTube. And I mean, I personally I'm trying to research how YouTube ads are converting or not for Amazon sellers. Because recently I have come across so many YouTube ads for tables or any other products, and I think they convert really well if you advertise it, perfectly. So that's something that I'm currently working on, and I think that's super exciting because YouTube does have a lot of potential as well to
it does
convert.
actually. YouTube has started doing YouTube Shorts,
Mhm.
haven't they? TikTok started these, the small TikTok videos, then Instagram have got it, and then now YouTube have got it. So yeah, I didn't mention YouTube. YouTube is also another way. I think it's just doing research on, even if you just did pick 2 of these channels that were your favourite, where you came across other products, just get searching within those categories, and it just fuels your brainstorming of ideas to then go and validate those products. I'll be
Yep.
interested to hear your results on the YouTube. That sounds really interesting.
I should make a video on that. Let me know if you guys want to watch a video on if YouTube ads actually convert, because then we can get started working on it.
Yeah, that'd be
We'll
really
work with
good.
you.
Oh, hold on. Where's my screen gone?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think there's a glitch.
It's 2 seconds. Let me go back. It's just crashed. Cool. So that was number 4, social media. Number 5 is, it's really more of a mindset thing. I have this kind of focus that I'm solving a problem. I'm not just trying to find products to sell. So, I've seen a lot of videos recently saying, oh, Amazon's getting too saturated, but the demand's got higher because we've been in lots of countries have been in lockdowns. We've all had to, mainly shop online. We all shop on Amazon because of Prime, and we get that reliability and the brand and next day delivery, and we can return, and we trust the brand of Amazon. But there's lots of new needs and problems out there. And we've just got to think all the time that we're solving a problem. Necessity is the mother of invention. And just all the time be thinking about, how can I stand out? I touched on this at the beginning with looking at the competition. Once after you've used a tool such as Seller App, where you validated the demand, then you're going to be thinking, well, like, how competitive is it? Especially if it is a commoditized niche. So how can I solve a problem? How can I improve that product feature? Have a look at the reviews, have a look at the competition, and see what customers are saying are the problems. And there's new problems out there because we've completely changed our habits, haven't we? I was only thinking the other day that, when I used to visit China, it was always China. Everyone was always wearing masks. And now it's become a global thing, isn't it, wearing masks? And we've all become very much more conscious around, hand sanitizer. I'm not saying to sell those types of products, but there's a different outlook into things around health and well-being. So just go into things by looking to solve a problem. There's always a solution. And the market is unrealized by the competition. So just be looking in that mindset of, I'm trying to solve a problem, and you're going to kind of be a little bit more creative on the products that you find. I think the biggest problem is that where sellers struggle with sales is because they have launched a product that's very, very similar to the competition, which is what I call a Me Too product. So we have to stand out and we have to be different. So the sixth way is looking at other marketplaces. There's a tool called watchcount.com. It's free, and you can look at the most watched products on eBay. So it's a little bit like looking at the best sellers on Amazon. And I've spotted quite a few products because I see eBay as your bargain basement and Amazon is a little bit more premium. You know, it's focusing more now on brands and also with the customer service. It's more of a quality platform in my eyes. But we can, and you'll find that you can find products that are from the same sellers on both platforms, but they're always lower priced on eBay. So I've often found products that are being sold on eBay, but they're not being sold on Amazon. And what I'll do is I'll create a more premium version of that product. And the same with Etsy. You know, Etsy has always been that handmade kind of marketplace. But now it's opened its doors up to sellers who don't have to be handmade. And you may just spot some really creative products on there that may not be sold on the Amazon marketplace. And of course, websites as well. So referring back to what I said about Instagram and looking at stores and shops, it's just searching on other marketplaces to see if you can find that golden egg opportunity where there may not be many sellers selling that product or nobody selling it on Amazon. Or similar to, like I said before, having a look at other geographies. And I often do this, looking at, you know, what's selling in the US versus what's selling in the UK. And I know that other sellers do that, vice versa, or, you know, looking at other geographies. Dubai is an area that I've been watching recently. It's an area that I want to launch in because previously, you know, they had to shop on the US marketplace. So it's just looking at different marketplaces and then looking at the one that you're going to sell in and just very easily finding some products that are not being sold there. And that's probably one of the easiest ways, really.
Yeah.
So the final way, I feel like this has gone really quick, but we've got plenty of questions, is knowing your numbers, because this is the final validation for me. Sometimes I come up with a great idea, and then when I start reaching out to my manufacturers and agents and freight forwarders, I find that maybe the prices don't and the numbers don't work. And we have to have that tough love. You know, sometimes it's disappointing, but it's really important to know your numbers, because it's another mistake I see sellers do, where they just get a little bit carried away with this product, and then by the time they're launching that product, the profit margins just aren't there. So you need to search by price and validate your products by price, and be really clear on what your landed costs and your merchant fees, the Amazon fees are, because we have had increases in shipping costs, which has increased the overall retail price as well. You've just got to really, really, really know your numbers and forecast that income as well. And this is my kind of, I suppose, product profitability formula, 30, 30, 40. So 30% comes from that landed cost, so the unit price, any shipping fees, any customs and duty tax. And then the other 30% is any Amazon fees. Usually it's a little bit less than that, it might be like 25%. And then 40% is my profit margins. And I try actually and aim for 50. So I would never go for a product that's going to give me less than 40% unless it was a commodity product such as like supplements, because you can do subscribe and save, and you may be investing in like Amazon PPC, but you know you're going to be getting that monthly turnover of profit. So there are exceptions to it, but as a general, I want to go for 40% profit. So it's important to know your numbers and to validate and not get too carried away in a product idea or the other parts of the validation process, because we're all here to create income, aren't we, and profitability. My slide went again. So my final slide is, you can, if you want to reach out to me, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm always hanging around those places. I also do some free training on Amazon And I also have a paid long-term coaching program because I believe that people need that long-term ongoing help. But you're more than welcome to DM me, Amazon Queen, and I'll get you access to that free training. So I'm here for any questions. I'll stop sharing now.
Amazon Queen, I love it. I love it so much. So thank you so much, Anna. Those were some really important points. And if you're still wondering how you can, find a product, well, this was the advice that was given to me. So wherever you are right now, I want you to stop and look at the things around you. Pick up a thing. If you can make it better, research. That
Yeah,
helps. That's one way of finding a product research. Also, I've heard a lot of Amazon sellers say and go with competition. Like, I know it's important to track a competition. Finding a niche, of course, you have to look at the competition, and if you see a product that they have and you can make it better, that's important. However, when it comes to pricing, do not price your product what your competitor is pricing it at, because you need to understand your profit margins. You need to understand, you need to forecast, as Anna mentioned, you need to forecast how much you can earn out of the product and not your competitor, because of course the competitor might have their own ways of sourcing the product or getting their product made that might be cheaper than yours. So make sure that your price is not based on your competitor but is based on your quality. So of course, if
yeah,
you are pricing the product way too high and your quality is not up to mark, you are going to get negative reviews. You are not going to see any sales, and unfortunately, it's just not going to work out in the end. So pricing, very important. Make sure that you are pricing it based on quality. Next important thing that I would like to mention, if you're looking for a product, make sure that the product does not come with a lot of hands and legs and, like, things just poking out of everywhere, because that's going to cost you quite a ton in shipping, especially if you're going FBA or FBM, to be honest. So make sure that your product does not have a lot of moving parts, because you're going to spend a lot on shipping. So that's another thing that I wanted to insert. If you're looking at category trends for 2021, of course, home and furniture, there's toys coming in as well, but remember, toys get ungated towards the end, like towards the beginning of Q4. So if you are planning to sell toys, caution, read up, research, and then make your decisions. So, of course, Seller App is here to make your product research easy. I'm going to share my screen and show you a tool that can help you, you know, identify your niche, look for product in different geos as well. Because if a product is not selling well on US, does not mean that it's not going to sell well in UK. So yeah, let me just quickly share my screen and show you guys how our tool works. So for the sake of our speaker here, I have taken UK as our geography for today. So this is our amazing dashboard. I love going through my dashboard. So first, we are going to go to product research tool, and there are two things that you can do here. First, you can enter which category you want to sell in, and then you can turn on smart filters if you don't want to understand the price range, number of reviews, BSR. So depending on your category that you're selling in, our seller app algorithms will automatically fill in the information in the smart filters. So for this video, we are going to be searching by keyword. So let's search for watches today, because I haven't bought a watch in a while. So watches for women, and then we click on search. And then we wait for data to load, and there you go. So if you look at the results that we give you, you really want to click on this opportunity score point, and then there you go. We have very elaborative pinpoints and points that you need to understand for the product that you're looking for. So we have demand, we have revenue potential, we have competition, overhead costs, profit margin, and so much more. We also let you track this keyword. So if you want to track this keyword, make sure to click on tracking, which will be available here on the side. So click on track your keyword. Also, you can select different marketplaces from here, which is super, super cool, because make sure your product is selling on different marketplaces. So this was it for the product demo. If you want to understand how you can use this product or our tool in a more informative way, check the video in the link down below. It's on product research for 2021. Oh, I just remembered, I forgot to mention something really important. Make sure that your niche that you've selected is not seasonal, because I have seen so many people, they're like, oh, this is selling in hot right now. And I'm like, well, it's selling in hot right now. and it's gonna sell hot only in this time frame. So make sure that your niche is not seasonal. So yeah, that is all I had to say. I feel like I've been speaking forever. So thank you, Anna, for being here. And I would, if you want to add anything on right now, you could do that.
I think the only thing to add on to that was what you first point about prices, because I just want people to think, because I noticed a lot of people do panic and then reduce their price, and then it's just like this race to the bottom. All my products, nearly all my products, because it would be telling the truth if I said all of them, but almost all my products are more expensive than the competition, because I really brand and premium. I've got, add more value, and it helps me stand out. And if you were selling in the baby niche, then a lot of mums want to buy the best for their children and their baby,
Definitely.
So it's that mindset across some of the other categories as well. So it's just a little tip that don't be pushed to just really reiterate what you said. I think it was a really good valid point, and it's something that I do all the time. So yeah, price is important, but don't be scared to increase your prices.
Definitely. And of course, you can contact Anna or SellerApp if you have any doubts, or if you stumble across, or if you stumble in your Amazon journey. We are always here to help, whether it's sourcing, it's product ideas, advertising, managed services, literally anything that you can think of. Message us and we will help you, or you can leave all your doubts and worries in the comment section below, and one of our experts are going to help you there. So thank you so much for being here, Anna. I see that Ari Shekhar and Ashi Gadia are saying hi to you. So
Yeah,
hello,
hi
thank you so much for
guys.
being here.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
and
me. Thanks for having
it
me.
was lovely having you. I will love doing lives with you, and we should do this more often. So
Definitely.
yeah, yep.
Thank
So
you. Thanks for your time.
if you like this video, make sure to click the like button and join our Seller App community by subscribing to our channel. Do not forget to click the bell icon to be notified each time we upload a new video or go live. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. And until the next time, happy selling. Bye-bye.